What is going on, guys? It's Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including: is Edge all elite? Edge name dropped on AEW TV. WWE could have used Wembley Stadium. Legend makes rare live event appearance. Former world champion returning to WWE, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. Is Edge all elite? Our top story today looks at the possibility of Edge joining All Elite Wrestling. It's been a huge weekend for WWE Hall of Famer Edge, as on SmackDown he wrestled his last contracted match for WWE against Sheamus. It remains unclear at this stage whether or not Edge plans on re-signing with WWE or looking at the possibility of wrestling in a different promotion. A new report from Fightful Select has offered some insight into the rumors of Edge signing for AEW, and the latest report makes for interesting reading. According to Fightful Select, Edge won't be permitted to use the Edge name in AEW due to WWE owning the name legally. That means Edge would likely have to use his real name, that being Adam Copeland, if he decides to join the company. The report also adds that those within AEW think it's a real possibility that Edge signs for the company. Edge is extremely close to Christian, and both members of FTR, so an AEW run wouldn't be too shocking. AEW managing to sign Edge would be a huge deal for the company, as Edge is without question one of the biggest names in pro wrestling. Fans are speculating that Edge could debut at All In next weekend, but with Edge being under WWE contract until September, that seems rather unlikely. Additionally, it's being reported that Tony Khan was interested in bringing Edge in back in 2019, but Edge ultimately decided to return to WWE for one final run in the company. Edge's final WWE run has been a monumental success, with the WWE legend having dream matches with the likes of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Would you like to see Edge sign with AEW? Let us know in the comments below. Edge mentioned on AEW TV. Speaking of Edge, he was name dropped on AEW TV last night. Last night on AEW Collision, as Christian Cage was making his entrance, Jim Ross directly mentioned Edge by referring to the fact that he signed both Edge and Christian back in the 1990s. This may be nothing, as JR is prone to mentioning non-contracted AEW talent, but it is interesting nevertheless. Christian's AEW run has received widespread praise, as it looked like Christian, similarly to Edge, was never going to wrestle again, but he defied the odds. Naturally, a reunion of Edge and Christian has a ton of potential, and judging by how serious AEW take their tag team division, this could certainly help sway Edge towards Tony Khan's promotion. Rob Van Dam returning to WWE. Rob Van Dam made news this month after he made his AEW debut. RVD's match with Jack Perry was well received, and there were calls for RVD to go on an extended run in the company. However, in a recent interview with Denise Salcido, the former WWE champion expressed interest in wrestling Logan Paul. Could you imagine RVD versus Logan Paul? It'd be off the charts. RVD has had a number of runs in WWE, with his most recent one lasting between 2013 to 2014. RVD having one final run in either WWE or AEW would be an exciting prospect, and hopefully it comes sooner rather than later. WWE could have run a show from Wembley Stadium. Ever since the impressive ticket sales for All In at Wembley Stadium have surfaced, questions have been raised in relation to why WWE haven't decided to run a show at the prestigious venue. Well, it turns out they could have. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE had a choice between Wembley Stadium and Principality Stadium for their show in September 2022, but due to the Welsh government literally paying WWE to run a show, they opted to have the show in Cardiff. WWE for Clash of the Castle made the decision between Wembley and Cardiff. Cardiff offered them a better deal, so they chose Cardiff. They could book Wembley tomorrow if they wanted. Meltzer also added, it was $53,999 paid in Cardiff, and no, they made more in Cardiff due to what the city paid for them to come, which London wouldn't. They made the right call for the most profitability, which is how decisions are made. It's no secret that WWE actively wants cities to bid on future shows, as WWE is fully aware about the revenue boost it gives tourism in selected cities. Additionally, there were rumors that John Cena's appearance at Money in the Bank last month was designed to get London to bid on a future WrestleMania. WWE is reportedly somewhat interested in having a WrestleMania event in the UK, but there's no way they will allow this to happen unless the city pays a considerable amount of money for the pleasure. WWE legend makes rare live event appearance. Since Trish Stratus returned to WWE, she has only wrestled on TV and pay-per-view events. That was until last night, as the WWE legend decided to make a rare appearance at a WWE show. Last night's event in Ottawa, Ontario saw Stratus team with Zoe Stark to take on Becky Lynch in a handicap match. Stratus and Stark came up short, but Stratus has a chance to vanquish Lynch at the Payback event next month when the two collide in a sinister steel cage match. Sting not retiring at All In? It's been heavily rumored that wrestling icon Sting could be retiring at All In next weekend. However, Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio has put these rumors to bed. Sting doesn't want to retire and no one's going to tell him when, so he's the only one who's making that call, so obviously it wasn't his call to retire at Wembley Stadium, so it didn't happen. At the big event itself, Sting is set to team with Darby Allin against the Mogul Embassy. LA Knight fires back. Whilst for the most part LA Knight's current character is well received from fans, some fans and wrestling legends believe that LA is ripping off household names such as The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. During an interview with Mail Online, LA would clap back at these criticisms in the best way possible. It doesn't matter. I've heard that since the very beginning, since I started in 2003. When I first started, people would say, he sounds like The Rock or he sounds like Austin. Even I think my second set of gear when I was in Ohio, I had red and yellow. Oh, he's being Hulk Hogan. Everybody's gonna make comparisons to some sort, and I'm 100% influenced by those guys, absolutely. I'm influenced by Ric Flair, Randy Savage, Jake the Snake. I'm influenced by other entities outside of wrestling. Musical artists, actors, all that stuff is in there. At the end of the day, you put that all together and you got yourself L.A. Knight. What do you make of the comparisons between LA and legends such as The Rock and Austin? Are they justified? Let us know in the comments below. Former world champion returning to WWE? Our final story looks at next month's WWE live event in India and how a certain wrestler wants to see a former world champion return at the event. Next month, WWE will host Superstar Spectacle in India, and Natalya has been taking part in interviews to promote the upcoming event. During an interview with Sportskeeda, the former women's champion declared that she wants former world champion The Great Khali to return at the event. Oh, I would love for The Great Khali to come back. He's a very good friend of mine, he's beloved in India, and he's also a WWE Hall of Famer. But he's so special, and he's such a special person, and you think about the work he's done in WWE and the work he's done in Hollywood. When Khali was in WWE, we would travel together, and anywhere we went, somebody would approach Khali, and they would be like, "Sir, we know you from this or that or WWE or The Longest Yard." He never ever turned down a photo. He took a picture with everyone, and I can't tell you how many swarms of people would come up to him and ask him for a picture. It didn't matter if it was 2 in the morning, it didn't matter if it was at a Denny's, it didn't matter if it was at an airport, he would stop for everyone. He's very gracious and grateful for his fans, and he's a very good friend, and I'd love to see him back. Khali last appeared in WWE at the infamous Greatest Royal Rumble event back in 2018. It's unclear if WWE have any concrete plans to bring Khali back, but as Natalya quite rightly said, Khali is indeed beloved in India, so it would make sense for him to make a dramatic return next month. There you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time back for some more wrestling content.